it's me, Fanny. I am here to talk a little bit about my Myasthenia Gravis. And I probably look quite different than the last time you saw me because I shaved off my hair and cut a lot of it off and made it pink because whatever, But that was actually from a side effect of some medication that I'm taking for my Myasthenia Gravis. And I've been meaning to post a video about a health update since I had my thymus removed in September of 2016, which is a year and a half ago. So I figure I'd do a health update and also talk about the types of medications that I take, which are kind of over here, and the side effects and the purposes and stuff like that. So here we go. Oh, Mr. T! This is my cat, Bracket T. Always a showman. If you did not know, June 14th, Blood Donor Day. Do it, because one of the medications that I'm taking is IVIG, and it is a blood product. I will tell you more about that in a jiff. Oh, you're gonna ruin my continuity, Smeckhole. Because guess what? I've recorded this like 3 times. First things first, tried and true, Mestinon. This is my go-to for everything. I take this 4 times a day. It actually only lasts about every 4 hours. It goes into your system quite quickly. So I'll notice if I haven't taken a Mestinon that my eyes will start to droop, that my mouth will get a little bit slurry. Mostly those are the symptoms that it covers for me though, is face area symptoms. The technical term for it is, oh, it's a mouthful. Pyridostigmine bromide. Okay. I'm gonna show you what they look like if you're curious, okay? This is new, so hang on. Here's my daily guy. It's just a little white guy. Boop, boop, boop. I carry this around with me at all times. I'm constantly shaking around with my Mestinon. I have a tiny little pill case that I take with me as well. Some of the side effects for Mestinon for me that I've noticed when I first started taking it, I noticed these, and sometimes I have brain fog and I'm forgetful or I don't know, whatever. I accidentally double dose and I'll take 2 Mestinons when I'm only supposed to take 1, and I'll start to get these side effects, which are usually, feels like the muscles that I have that are weak will start to feel like a tap, tap, tap sensation. Like a lot of the times I get it in my eyes or my mouth, or I'll get it like my shoulders are weak. It just feels like someone's going, just tapping on me. It's like my muscles are, I don't know what they're doing, but they're doing something, and it feels like they're tappity-tappeting on me. Also, it makes me have to poo real bad. I've gotten used to it, and I take some other vitamins that help me with that, but I have pooed my pants a couple of times. These things happen. It sucks. Don't double dose on your Mestinon, or follow your doctor's orders of phasing it in slowly, because it can mess with your digestive tract and make you poop. Also, I take a slow release version of Mestinon. What does this one look? This one has the same side effects as actual Mestinon, but I'm asleep when I take this. I take this before I go to bed. Boop. It's a long one like this. And it helps because Mestinon only lasts about 4 hours in your system. This one lasts 8. So if I am having any symptoms throughout the night, like difficulty breathing or whatever, which is the scarier ones, it makes sure that I'm able to breathe properly at night. And I don't know if it's true, but I find that if I miss my slow release one at night, the Mestinon that I take in the morning, the non-slow release one, takes a little bit longer to take effect. I don't know if there's like a buildup of Mestinon in your system or how that works, but if I skip it at nighttime, I tend to notice a difference in the morning. The next one that I take is an immunosuppressant. It is called azathioprine. I believe the name brand version of that is Imuran. Take with food to lessen the chance of stomach upset. I haven't noticed that. And it also says avoid prolonged or excessive exposure to direct sunlight while using this medication. I remember looking this up at the beginning, but it makes you more sensitive to the sun. But as you can see, I am a pale person and I wear sunscreen all the time, at all times. Even when I'm not going outside, I'm wearing sunscreen. It's weird. Now, I'm gonna be honest, my neurologist prescribed this to me I haven't really noticed a difference. It's supposed to help with my overall symptoms, and I haven't really noticed anything. I kind of hate it. I don't think that it's really done anything for me. My neurologist has said that it can take up to a year for the help of this immunosuppressant to start to be noticed. I think I've been taking it for almost a year, probably 8 to 10 months, and I haven't really noticed anything, but overall my symptoms have been quite well, doing quite well, so I don't know if this has helped, if it hasn't. I'm not sure. I know that it is processed through your liver, so every month I have to go do some blood work where they test the functioning of my liver and make sure that it's not doing anything harmful, because it is kind of a scarier medication compared to the Mestinon. You're really not supposed to be drinking alcohol on it. My neurologist said not to drink like a frat boy, okay? And I wasn't allowed to drink anything at all for the first 2 or 3 months when I was on it, just so my liver could get accustomed to it. And there's some cancers associated with it. Apparently it's a carcinogen, but like very low percentage or something like that. So they just kind of need to keep active blood checking on you. You are not supposed to be taking this, I don't know if it's all immunosuppressants or just as a thiaprine, but you're not supposed to be taking it while you're pregnant or breastfeeding. So 1 pill is 50 milligrams, so I take 2.5. And they kind of break in half really easily. They're scored down the middle, if you can see that. Ah! The little pamphlet that I got when I first started taking it said may cause hair loss, but my neurologist was like, no way, the dose that you're on, there's not a chance. So, but every time I either started new on it or increased my dose, I started to notice a lot of my hair falling out in the shower, like lots of it. And then by the time I was up to 125, my hair it just felt like there was nothing there. While a lot of my friends and my husband and my family, they said that they didn't notice it. It felt like I had no hair at all, and I hated it. So I decided to shave it all off, on the sides at least, and then keep it like sassy and long in the front. Cut 2 other pictures of my hair, whoa! But I think the main thing that has really been helping with me, with my non-face and sort of weakness issues that the Mestinon does cover is IVIG, which is intravenous immunoglobulin. I started taking or going for IVIG every 8 weeks, and I would go for 2 days. Then my symptoms were not really doing as well. I would notice that my symptoms would start to come back a lot sooner. So now I go every 6 weeks. I think it's been the most helpful for me so far. I really do need my IVIG treatments, even though the side effects in the beginning can be pretty unpleasant. I think that it is the most important thing, because the Mestinon doesn't really help a lot with the weakness that I have or nerve pain, anything like that. So with the Mestinon, before I was on IVIG, I would still have a lot of weakness. I would have a bad limp, and the IVIG has kind of tackled all that stuff for me. But it sucks. I have to spend 4 hours a day for 2 days in a row at the hospital. But the people there are super nice. I've made friends. I'm always like, hey, what up? Like, I'm a regular now. I used to call them transfusions, but it's an infusion. I'm just getting other people's blood. It's really interesting. So IVIG is a blood product. Apparently it's made from plasma. There's the 3 types of blood, and plasma is one of them, and plasma is also where the antibodies are stored. Yeah, so I think one time they told me up to 100 different people's antibodies every time I get one of these little bottles of IVIG, and it's crazy to me. Sometimes I barely even notice that I have a disability or an autoimmune disorder, as long as I'm consistent with my Mestinon. I take it every 4 hours. Especially in the wintertime, I barely even notice any symptoms. I know if I push myself too hard, if I go for a really, really long walk, I'll definitely notice it, and then maybe I'll start to get a limp or my legs go weak or something like that. But really, I don't notice my myasthenia almost at all now. Bye! For the most part, I feel like a pretty normal person. I do have some serious muscle weaknesses and some serious tightness of my muscles just from overcompensating the way that I sit and stand for a really long time. But this is the first time in 5 years, or since I started to really kind of go after a diagnosis and start to take my disease seriously, even before I knew what it was. This is the first time that I've actually been able to exercise, that I've been able to push myself without, you know, going way back and having worse symptoms. We actually just got a rowing machine and I've been using it just very slowly every day so far, just like light, super light exercising, making sure that I have proper form, because I don't want to be just like doing it stupid and hurting myself. So yeah, really this is the first time that I've been able to do something like that. I did notice it's June, whatever, early June when I'm recording this, and I did some yard work last week or the week before and it was 32 degrees or something absurd like that. And then the next day I was bedbound, I was, you know, trash. So I really need to make sure that I pace myself, that I understand my limits, that I am really cautious of the heat. But I think I just kind of forgot about that because it was probably the first hottest day of the year and I kind of just forgot. So, all right, mental note, got it. What else? So let's talk about some other things that I take besides my main 3 medications, or 2. I take some vitamins. Now these are all doctor recommended for me. I'm not huge into, I used to take like a daily vitamin and I took cranberry pills and other pills, but number 1, I'm cheap. Number 2, I don't know if they work. And number 3, unless my doctor has recommended them to me, I don't bother taking any vitamins, just probably because I'm lazy. I don't know. So the main one that I take is vitamin D. That my first neurologist recommended that to me. Apparently vitamin D deficiency is super related to autoimmune disorders. I don't know why. I believe it's Canada is number 1 in the rate or the occurrences of multiple sclerosis. And in Canada, it's winter and there's not a lot of sunlight. Maybe people are vitamin D deficient. I don't know. I know a lot of other northern countries have high instances of MS. It's a theory that people have thought about, that vitamin D contributes somehow. I don't know. My doctor just told me to take vitamin D because I was super low. Yes, I am using the cat tree as my, I'm using the cat tree as my, oh God, as my tripod, and the cats are on it, so this will be interesting. Don't move. Wait, hang on, I can show you. This is you. This is Smikyo. Okay. Ah! Stop! Oh my God, he's the worst. Anyways, other vitamins that I take are iron pills. This one is called Theramax. I get this from Costco. It's 100 capsules. I take 1 a day. So it's over 3 months worth because it's super expensive. Way back in the day from my original doctor, my general practitioner, they realized that I'm super iron deficiency anemic. So I take that every day and it has helped me with my bowel stuff. Now this one is in French. No, this one is folic acid. My doctor prescribed that to me, or suggested I buy some when I started taking this guy, the azathioprine. I don't know why. I know this, it's a prenatal nutrient. Trust me, I am not pregnant, nor am I trying to get pregnant. Apparently it makes more blood cells or something? I don't know. Sometimes I really need to do some more research. I think that I do a lot of research, and then sometimes I'm just like, my doctor told me to do it, I'll do it. So I don't know, it gives me more blood. Who knows? What else? Also, I was really embarrassed when my hair started to fall out, so I started to take a biotin supplement. I do think that it helped with my hair growing back, but I also learned that biotin can interfere with blood testing, and it takes, I don't remember, a couple of days or a week or something like that for it to get out of your system. So I'm not supposed to take it before I need to take that, do that blood work for my liver functioning test for my azathioprine. But I don't know, yeah, I'm vain and I was embarrassed that my hair fell out and I want my hair to grow back quickly. So I take biotin sometimes. One suggestion of medication to not take is NSAIDs, which is like Advil or Aleve, naproxen, ibuprofen, those types of things, because they can give you an ulcer. Because I super got an ulcer. I vomited blood all over myself one day, and it was very awkward. And it was very uncomfortable. I was covered in what looked to be coffee ground vomit. And had I been drinking that evening? Yes, I had. But you're not supposed to vomit coffee grounds. I thought it was chocolate cake because that was for my friend's birthday. It was not. So be careful if you are trying to manage your pain with NSAIDs. Like I used to take Aleve twice a day, every day for months, because it was one of the few things that did help with my nerve pain. Do not do that. Highly not recommended. So one thing that I tried to do to help with my nerve pain, the internet is all aflutter with CBD. I haven't noticed a difference. Maybe my dose is too low. Smecky, no, stop touching my camera. Stop. Fuck. Maybe my dose is too low. I don't know. For just like a little bottle of oil. I'm not big on like smoking or anything like that. The bottle is about $100, and I didn't really notice a difference. So that's, you know, your mileage may vary. Maybe it will work really well for you. For me, it didn't really do anything for my nerve pain, and it's just too expensive for me to be able to kind of play with it. All these medications are covered through my benefits package, and the CBD was not, so I wasn't gonna take it. I also got CBD and THC, and I don't like being high at all. It's awful. I use it to help me sleep, but I take it and you swallow whatever many dose I have, and I make sure that I fall asleep right away. I never take it, you know, an hour or two before bed, because it makes me high and I hate it. Some people like to be high and enjoy that. I do not. So I find that it does help me sleep, but I've had a couple of times where I ended up waking up in the middle of the night and I'm just like high and super paranoid. I don't know why it always affects me that way. It just does. Anyway, so that's all my medication. I take vitamins, I take prescriptions, I most of all take other people's blood. So if you have time, if you're free, what have you, I know the people always say giving blood can save up to 3 lives, and it definitely does for those emergency situations and stuff like that, or what people need blood immediately, and it can save lives. But a lot of people don't talk about these blood products like IVIG. They don't really save my life personally, but I wouldn't be able to walk without my IVIG. I wouldn't be able to do a lot of stuff without the blood of other people. And I think that's something that is missed a lot when people talk about donating blood. So I've had some friends and family donate blood, and I'm like, ooh, maybe I've got some of your antibodies. Thanks so much, I appreciate it. But definitely, if you're up for it, not afraid of needles, whatever, it is a really nice thing to do. I used to donate blood all the time until I realized that I couldn't. So go for it. If you're free. They give you stickers, cookies, what have you. It's great. I also, before I did this video, I did a little bit of research besides what my neurologist had told me, and I found there was in the 2011 or 12, there was a randomized control study of people that had their thymus removed, and that it can take up to 3 years to find any results from it. So it's been a year and a half for me. My symptoms are much better than they have ever been, but I really do think that is because of my good dose of methadone and the IVIG that I'm taking. It's hard to tell. I do feel pretty good, but I don't know, you know, maybe that is the azathioprine helping me out, or maybe it is the thymus or the thymectomy starting to have worked. I don't really know, but you know, it's summer now, it's hot, and this is when I am at my worst, so hopefully I can start to see some big changes or improvements this year. I still think, you know, I try and picture myself in 2014, 15, even before that, when I didn't have any other nerve pain or leg symptoms. It was pretty awful, and I can't even really remember that time because I'm so different now. I have so many in other videos talked about needing a cane and stuff like that, and maybe twice in the past 6 months have I thought about maybe I could have used a cane for today instead of, you know, twice a week. You know, in 2014, 2015, I've definitely been doing a whole lot better. And I'm really excited now that I am starting to exercise and work out more and stuff like that, that I keep looking at my cats. Oh, there he goes. I'm really looking forward to actually being physically fit for one of the first times in my life ever. Probably maybe when I was like a young kid I was fit, but now I'm not, and I haven't been for a good long while. So I'm turning 30 this year. My 30s are gonna be hopefully pretty awesome. I wanna be a fit person. I wanna be able to exercise. I wanna be able to say yes to things that my friends are doing that I don't wanna do because, oh, I'm disabled and I hold myself back. I wanna be fit and prepared for things that come up. So if someone's like, hey, do you wanna go on a canoe trip this weekend? I can be like, heck yeah. And obviously I'll make sure that I have all my corresponding medications and I prep myself and whatever, but I feel like I have the most close to a normal life that I could have with my myasthenia gravis. And I think that's pretty great. So this is my yearly myasthenia gravis update video. I literally looked, and I do one once a year. I have an ice bath test video when I first learned what myasthenia gravis was. I have a video talking about the symptoms that I've had from, you know, age 11 or 12 till now. And then I had a video about the process of getting my thymus removed. So now this is just an update video and a medication video. As always, if you have any questions, definitely comment below. I love answering people's questions. Sometimes I get a little bit busy with work and it takes me, you know, a week or so to reply, but I promise I always reply to comments, so go for it. Oh. And I would be more than happy to answer any questions that I can. A lot of the times I'll say like, talk to your neurologist. I don't want to give any medical advice to people. This is just my own personal experience that I wanted to share. And thanks for listening to my body. I really hope to upload more videos to this channel, disease or disability related or not. I've been on a couple of trips that I have a lot of footage for that I haven't done anything with, so stay tuned. I hope to do that a little bit more this year, especially now that I'm getting more able, if that makes sense. So I guess I'll talk to y'all later, and